Pick up the phone, pick up the phone, pick up the phone. Hey, Andy. Well, just wanted to know how everything was doing. Not doing, was it? Going. How everything was going with the whole, you know, oh, best man thing. Yeah, well, there's a lot to do, and, well, me and Vi are doing our part with everything, and what we're trying to. There have been some stumbling blocks overall. Some things we have to figure out how to fly in some of the people that Vi knows, including some of the people who are in her court. Is I think it's called a court. I don't fully remember at all. But wait, no, that's her bridesmaids. That's what it's called. To be honest, I need to try and remember some of the terms more. Even some of the people from my family and people I know, all from back when we first became friends, seem to be flown in here. So there's a whole trying to figure out that thing, and also there's the seating arrangements, the band, food, cake tasting, and fitting, getting registered for some stuff, among other things. Which those aren't all on the we need to lock this down list thing. It really isn't, because that list has been locked down on some things. We do have floral arrangements. We are starting to get registered for some stuff, um, which we might need your help with that one of these days, because one of the days where we go and finish off the registry list is we are busy with something else, which is the cake tasting, which is 2 days from now. And so we can't finish off the list. And the day before that, we're checking, I think, the wedding meal. I think, I don't know. It's not fully. It's everything is plotted out in a calendar, which I do have access to. It's just the whole fact of sometimes things have been moved around or need to be moved to something else, because something else that's on the list that's further, or could have been done earlier, or some other thing, or just like timing not working out from something. Because quite like, literally, yeah, I mean, me and Vi both still have jobs. I mean, I work at the outreach center with you, so, which, you know isn't always that crazy. But to be honest, you never know. Oh, sometimes, because sometimes we have to get boxes out of storage, or we have to help with interviews and a whole bunch of other stuff, which is crazy. But shouldn't be too crazy. I'm saying that a lot, but to be honest, it's really hectic sometimes, especially when there's traffic, because traffic makes things annoying, and I do not like it. There has been at least once where we were late to something because of traffic. Um, Although I am going to a fitting sometime this week. Not tomorrow. That's the wedding meal tasting at that one restaurant that's close to here. Which, funny enough, is also the same restaurant where I first went on a date with Vi. But still, though, they were free to do a tasting on Tuesday. No time this week would work, and the other time that would work for that would have been 2 weeks from now, which is not ideal. Because that's when people are gonna start flying in, and maybe they're gonna start doing other things like bridesmaids getting fitted, or getting stuff altered if alterations need to be made, or having to pick up the dresses and everything, which, to be honest, not that bad. At least it's not uh that crazy, thankfully, compared to other stuff, which includes me getting a fitting, which is really surprising, but not for like normal reasons, like, oh, I need to make sure I like don't just change too much from now the big day and everything. That would be a problem for or normal people, not me, because you know what happened happens at night, you know, that type of thing. Which I don't know how to explain that over calls, but I mean, like you've seen what happens, oh, from the whole my eyes thing to the fact that facial hair is the least of my worries when that stuff happens, you know, which not bad, except for that one time 2 summers ago where I think a bunch of us were on a trip. I can't fully remember. All I know is it got nighttime, and by the time it was morning, I was in a field. My shirt was ripped, and my shoes were nowhere. And by the time I walked back, the only thing I could find was my laces is and some sort of remnant of my shoes. So yeah, not great. But thankfully, there isn't anything crazy that's going to happen in the next couple weeks, which is nice because the last thing I need right now is for some random thing to happen the next couple of days, which then would derail a bunch of stuff we need to do, including the fitting, which would suck because there are only very few places in this entire city that could physically help with the specific problem I have regarding getting fitted for a tux. So yeah, definitely need to make sure there aren't any crazy or insane things happening this week because quite literally, the, me, you, Vi, and a bunch of our other friends are one of the only people in the city that could help with that, which is kind of crazy considering the city we live in. But there's a lot out of new stuff that's happened over the past couple of years or so, including in the fact that oh, I'm not one of the only people who can do what I do, and that whole thing about more of us being found out, and everything that happened in a year or so ago. Oh, life in Siren City isn't exactly the way it used to be, which you know definitely changed a lot of stuff in the city. But it's also the whole fact of now a really specific place is opened up, which is nice and helpful, especially because of the whole a transform at night thing. But still, though, I just hope the whole crazy that is occasionally this city now doesn't affect too much because the last thing I need to do, well, not do, last thing I would be fine with happening is me having some random wedding thing with Violet, and then all of a sudden, and either or we hear a bunch of sirens or some person crashes through the window, and then we have to get the heck out of there air and quick change into something else and go try and help stop it. I mean, there are other people in our friend group that could probably stop whatever the heck that was, but considering that we would be right close to whatever the heck was happening, it would probably end up being us. So here's to hoping no super business happens at all, because I do not want to have to deal with that. Because the last thing I want to do is quite literally have to, ooh, oh, let it, uh, uh, you know what? It'd usually be better explaining the whole how I transform thing, but to be honest, long day. I am tired, or I just want to call and check up and everything. So yeah, I think crazy is with you. Really? Yeah. Well, on the bright side, not too many insane things have happened in the city yet. Yeah, except meeting him. But to be honest, that happened a year ago, and he's pretty chill. And to be honest, it's not to be the only one with super strength in our group anymore. Although with him it's a lot different because he's way faster than me and can fly. So yes, he is invited to the wedding. Edding, he is our friend. Yeah, a little more on or on the recency. Recency is that a word? I don't know. I don't know, man. But yes, he's a little bit more on the recent side. Still, it'll be nice to have him there. Yep, I hope for that too. Because the last thing I want on is to get married, and then a supervillain comes out of nowhere. Because if I'm being honest, that would it'd be way too similar to what we watched before. Yeah, that one. No, the other one where they end up trapped in a different reality. Yeah, well, oh, that's not a thing. That's not a thing here. Hopefully, because that would be really weird. Weird. Yeah, well, the technology doesn't exist. Yes, I remember that Hunter is a time traveler. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Dude, have we've been in his house. It's not exactly something from this decade, dude. Yeah, right. Um, uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll see sometimes so we can meet up. All right, cool. Yeah, you have a nice night too. Nah, Andy.